Doggo. Hello and welcome to today's video. It is part 2 of my super extra wonderful extravaganza London manga shopping trip. Today I am going to be going to some manga stores that I have never been to before and I was so excited to go. I have pretty much only gone manga shopping in Forbidden Planet in London and that's it. So that was the last video and this video. So first we are going to Japan Craft. And not only was I excited to go to Japan Craft, but I'd also never been to Camden Market before. I have no idea why. I just haven't, even though I've been to London a whole lot. I found the whole of Camden Market really lovely. I really liked it. I think my only problem was it was really busy, especially like we tried to go and get some food in a bit and it just was too busy to actually buy food. You couldn't actually get close enough to buy anything, which is a bit of a shame. So I've heard some tales of Japan Craft, so I slightly knew what I was in for, but still looking forward to see it firsthand. And here we are. It's so cute, it's so sweet. And I was like, where's the manga? And I was like, oh wait, there's just a whole row of manga. So I do jump around a bit during the, as I'm showing you the shelves, mainly because it was so narrow in front of the shelves and people were wanting to get past and I knew I was being a bit of a pain filming, so I was trying my hardest to stay out of the way so people had a nice experience shopping and I could still do the filming. So that's why it's a little jumpy at times, but I do mostly, I think, show you everything they had. I was really impressed with their selection. They had a lot of series that are hard to find, like Arisa. You never see Arisa on shelves at all, unless it's like discounted in the side section, sales section. Also, I'm not too sure if you're able to tell, but I have slowed down the footage because I think I went way faster than I normally do, and it was hard to see some of the things on the shelves. I have slowed it down a little and you can kind of tell at moments, but otherwise, really interesting to see all the back and no light novels. You don't see those too often. In general, all of the light novels they had were quite neat. They had a lot of light novels, and I like seeing light novels mixed in, but also I like them being kept separate because it makes it easier to differentiate, because sometimes it's hard to tell, especially if a series has both a light novel and a manga, which one is which. I was trying to be really careful at what I considered picking up because they definitely had series here that you don't tend to see anywhere else and are hard to find online even. But my worry was if I picked up a few volumes from a series here, I might not be able to find the rest elsewhere. So I'd almost have to be committing to picking up the volumes here, and I wasn't too keen on doing that, especially since this store was retail price. I think that was actually probably one of the only real negatives I had about this store is, besides volumes that already had a price printed on the back, I didn't see prices on a lot of the volumes, and I always feel super uneasy at picking something up if I don't know what the price is. In my head, I kind of assumed most average volumes were going to be about a maximum of $11.99, so that was what I ran with in my head, and if it turned out to be cheaper, wonderful. If it turned out to be more, I'd just cry. All in all though, I was impressed. They had a lot of new releases actually, or latest volumes in series, which I wasn't expecting. I think I was kind of just expecting some older series maybe. I honestly had no idea what to expect. I also don't think I was prepared for everything to be wrapped. Goodness me, how much effort must they go to wrap every single volume? have seen a few volumes that I kind of wish I'd potentially picked up, but also I think I'm happy with what I did pick up. I only picked up I think 2 volumes. My partner picked up a couple of light novels that he'd been looking for. Actually, one that he'd not been able to find anywhere else, so he was very happy with that. I think it was like a Log Horizon light novel. I've just noticed there was a new release for a series that he's reading and he missed it. I'm gonna go tell him after this. But there was actually a surprising amount of series where the title, I'd never heard of it, and I know there's there is a lot of manga, and obviously there's going to be manga that I've not heard of, but usually I'll have heard of it even if I'm not collecting it or I don't really know what the series is about. I've often have heard of manga series, but at this point, with how much I'm collecting and how much I do stuff around with the community, but there was a lot here I was like, I have no idea what this is. Is this good? Should I try it just because I've never heard of it? No, Caitlin, don't do that. I was kind of hoping for a Komi 17 or 18, but they didn't have any, unfortunately, having picked up 19 in Forbidden Planet. Oof, I really jumped over this bit. Goodness me. M's a boring one anyway. So it's kind of alphabetized, but kind of not at the same time. I think it's like all the A's are together, all the B's are together, but they're not particularly alphabetized within their own letter. And that really confused me a couple of times when I was trying to find something and I was like, wait, but my hero's here, but Magi's after my hero. What is going on? Get some Overlord light novels up there. I think we've passed all the stuff I've picked up now. Wow, a whole lot of Tsubasa Omnis. I'm still trying to decide what to do with the singles I have. Do I stick with it, hope I can find a set, or just bail and pick up the Omnis instead? Yeah, we got a lot of light novels. ReZero light novels are a bit more... I don't tend to come across those as often, weirdly, compared to a lot of other Isekai series. Shield Hero... They also had some smut series, which surprised me. I don't know why, but it just did. Silver Spoon, which has also been a bit of a pain in the butt to pick up. Solo Leveling, rest in peace. And then I realised I didn't really show you up. There's all these really cool pillows and cushions, and in hindsight, I so wish I picked up the Gigi cushion, especially since my parents have a cat called Gigi. And also a cat called Kiki. Only one reincarnated as the Slime light novel, wow. Yeah, some of these I'm looking at going, what is that series? That looks really interesting, but what is it? And also it's like volume 6. I like that the Vinland Sagas are plastic wrapped. I don't know why, but that really tickles me. Well, not plastic wrapped, bagged. It's like the same thing. Oh, they had Witchcraft Works. They're a bit more tricky to find as well. And then there was someone stood in front of this last shelf, so we've got a bit of a funky angled shot, unfortunately, I'm sorry. Yotsuba, Yuna, 07 Ghost. So they put numbers at the end of the alphabet, and then we had the big boys, the Helsings and stuff, and then the other side of the shop is just like figures. They had this big, massive amount of Nendoroids, and I was so tempted. I've been diving a bit more into Nendoroids. Not a huge amount, just like a couple. So I was like, well, let's go take a look. What have they have? And I was like, oh dear Lord, nope. Too cheap for me. They had some other kind of neat merch. They had sort of like loads of key rings. House. Lots of mugs. And then they had all these like Gundam models, and then I saw this and I was like, oh my god, I really should, but carrying this back from London is just going to be a right pain. I couldn't really do it. It'd get crushed. It was such a like flimsy box. And then that's how long it took me to change my mind and be like, nah, I'll just buy it anyway. Lots of neat looking snacks and stuff. I'm really picky with my mochi though, so nothing they had really tempted me. I was just like, But then I realised I don't think I'd filmed part of this shelf. The wall, they had some like new releases or restocks in the middle, which was kind of neat to see. And then a whole bunch of ramen. None of the weird flavours though. I've had some weird flavours of ramen. I had a fried potato ramen and that just tasted like soggy chips. It was gross. And then I also had a wasabi one, which was also disappointing, and what was the other one? Kimchi. Except I had the kimchi one while I was eating gyoza, so I don't think I could really tell what it tasted like because I could just taste gyoza. Anyway, that was Japan Craft. That was great. I loved the ceiling. I definitely would go back to Japan Craft. I'm less sure about ambling around the rest of Camden Market. Maybe if it wasn't a Saturday, probably was my issue. As we were leaving, we happened upon this other store that had a whole bunch of like t-shirts and general other clothing for anime. And I was very, very tempted by this little like kimono-y thing. I'm gonna have to go and check what the name of the store was though, I don't remember. Because I think we ended up going in through the back entrance. So we was just like, we were walking along and I just saw anime, I was like, ooh! Those Demon Slayer figures, I hope I zoom in, yeah, they look so strange. I wonder what kind of figures they are. So our next stop was actually, a lot of people recommended it as somewhere you could buy manga in London. I'd never heard of it before and I realised it was close to, it was in pretty much around Camden Town, so why not hit it, called Mega City Comics. No idea what it's like. I assume it sells comics and it might just have some manga, but let's be interesting to see. So that we decided to just stop by before we headed back to our hotel. So yeah, definitely lots and lots of comics, and I was like sniffing out and I was like, ah, it's over there. I need to go around. They had a fairly nice selection of manga, definitely a lot of the like Shonen Jump series, which isn't too surprising. I was a little surprised at how much manga they actually had, considering it was quite a small store. They had about 2 full shelves. They had Chainsaw Man, and at the time, newer versions of Chainsaw Man. A whole lot of, my god, just realised all of that is Demon Slayer Volume 1. Wow. Wow, lots of like Dragon Ball, Dragon Quest, more Shonen Jump. Yeah, so I picked up Cat Gamer because that was a series I'd been contemplating picking up because it had cats in it. Oh, a full set of Little Witch Academia. They seem to be harder to find nowadays, but 1, 2, and 3 there. Well, that's impressive. With some of those Mashle volumes plastic wrapped. What? A lot of Naruto Volume 1. Wow, this place has a lot of Volume 1s. Origami's plastic wrap too. What? I don't understand. Yay, undead unluck. And then they had sort of extra manga at the end, like the Junji Ito and the bigger volumes. And more A's. And Daiwa Gilda. You don't see that in stores too often either. And number 5. It felt like a bit of a strange selection. There was just all the Shonen Jump, which I get, and then just the randomest of volumes. So I was a bit tempted by Summertime Rendering, but I decided to not pick it up here, I think. Yeah, I think I decided to go for it somewhere else. But I was slightly tempted because I'd seen a whole bunch of people talk about it on Instagram and Twitter. But in the end, I think I just ended up going for Cat Gamer. But yes, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed the video. It's definitely the shortest of my 3 shopping videos. I've already edited the 3rd one, and that's actually about 35 minutes long. I could potentially have put some of it into this video to make them all a bit even, but they actually kind of broke down nicely into days, kind of. So this video is kind of like my 2nd day in London, and then the 3rd video is like my 3rd day in London. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe for future manga content. There is another London shopping video coming where I went to more places. Could you believe there are more places? Yes, really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of all the shops that I went to, and I will see you next time. Bye!